Welcome to the Nerdiverse. Go ahead, sit and listen to the masters, the old heads, talk about what you love the most. Video games, comics, movies, and everything you need to maintain. We got the knowledge that's straight out the ether. Gonna need a drink and have to take a seat to expand your mind and listen to the speaker. Mike and the squad's gonna give you what you need. Please send in a question, come and get some answers, learn a couple lessons from the masters with the special guests. We got the Green Lanterns glowing on their chest. Yes, please sit back and relax, cause we're gonna hit you with them stone cold facts and allow me to be the very first to welcome you to the masters of the Nerdiverse. Welcome to Masters of the Nerdiverse, where we always have such sights to show you. You can find this spooktacular podcast on iTunes, Stitcher, Spreaker, SoundCloud, YouTube, iHeartRadio, and Google Play, and Spotify. I am, of course, your host, Mike G, and with me, as always, is my creepy co-host, Winter.
Hi, everybody. Yeah. It's your boy, Winter.
What is this, man?
I don't know. It started off as, this is my version of a creepy Matthew McConaughey.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, this is Winter, handle at Trash Monk. I. That's Trash Monk. I. I'm coming at you live in the Trash Bunker.
In the trash cave.
Not live, actually.
Well, it's live for us, but it won't be live for you. That's how sound bites work. In fact, future Michaels in future Winters will have to listen to this and just shake our heads at the sheer incompetence of our past selves. This is what we have to deal with.
Mm-hmm. Like, they were still playing Fortnite. We're playing Fortnite 2 now.
Now we're playing it in our heads. We don't even need controllers anymore.
It's called Castle Day.
It's called Castle Day.
Yeah.
It's called Citadel Afternoon.
That's the beta.
That's the beta. That's the downloadable content. That's the DLC.
It will be a free to play, but you can the free to play part is just the menu. In order to play the game, you need to spend $50.
Yeah. You want to get the beta.
Download the menu.
I want to download the menu beta and just click around for a little while, read the credits. Oh, that's pretty much what they're giving you now. This is America. Download the beta credits.
All right. That was good.
That's too bad.
Me.
Oh, I'm sorry, sir. It's my swagger. Ugh, I feel gross saying that. Did you have a week, man? What did you do? What happened?
I played some League of Legends. Getting better every week.
Good.
You know, played some Paladins and had like a big old discussion over the voice chat about why over Paladins has some better attributes than Overwatch at this point. And now there's like people agreeing with me on the gamer webs. We'll say.
Can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
Is Overwatch dead?
No.
He just starts sounding like Emperor Palpatine. No. Unlimited loot boxes.
I will say, and this could be like hot Overwatch news, it has evolved, we will say.
I haven't booted up Overwatch in like 7 months, dude.
Well, it's different now.
I'll have to check it out.
They've done like things that are supposed to stop like salty players or just toxic players from playing with each other, or like they're supposed to be doing something to help with that. And from what I've gathered, it's actually made things worse.
Oh, wow.
Just watched a Video Game Donkey YouTube video essay, we'll say, about Overwatch, and some of his things are very accurate about the experience.
This reminds me of that story of the island that had a rodent problem. So the government's bright idea was to just drop a bunch of snakes onto the island to clear up their rodent problem. But then it became a new problem because the snakes were indigenous to that island, and they just took over the whole island to the point where everyone living there just had to evacuate because these damn snakes were just flooding everything, like the piping, sewer systems, streets, roads. Like the snakes just took over. You know what I'm saying? And then they had to hire gorillas and train them to like the taste of snake meat, and they just unleashed a bunch of gorillas on the island.
We will train the gorilla.
We train the gorilla, and now they have an overabundance of gorillas, and like gorillas are super strong. So it's like the island belongs to snakes and gorillas now. It sucks.
As it was before.
Shall it be again?
Yeah. So what's going on with your week?
Nothing much, man. All the games I want to play aren't out yet, and all the games that I've been loving, I've just beaten that horse to zombie-like proportions. I watched a really bad movie called the Hurricane Heist. It was not great, my man.
Oh, jeez.
It was not great, my dudes. It's one of those things where it's like it's trying to be so many things, but not itself. You know what I mean?
Hurricane Heist was a garbage storm.
It was called a trash NATO.
There you go.
Turd NATO. Yeah, but the movie wasn't good. It just was just too predictable. It's just too weird. It was like Fast and Furious meets Twister, where it just had like unbelievable scenes that didn't make sense. There's one scene where the hurricane literally turns into a monster face. Inside the tornado's a demon face. It's real dumb. I'm like, what? Is this what we're doing now?
Is this where we're at?
Is this where we're at? Is this where America is? You look at your rearview mirror and literally the hurricane's doing a Satan face at you. You're like, oh no, it means business.
We all know hurricanes are of the devil.
We all know hurricanes are sentient beings.
Yes.
And they just want to wreck America because it hates on our freedoms.
Yeah, Zack Snyder actually got his inspiration for Batman v Superman from a tornado.
Wow. Yeah, he was in the F5, the finger of God, and he looked up and he thought he saw Superman, but it was just
Finger of God, which is a power metal band name that has not been used yet.
Wow. I know we just gave one guy is like at his house, Finger of God. Hey Dirk, you know that new sound you were looking for? Well, listen to this.
Yeah.
Nice.
I started doing the and I think my roommate just joined in across the hall.
Your roommate just threw you at your door. Oh man. You ever listen to that band called Baby Metal? Those little girls kick ass, dude.
They are a postmodern nightmare.
Yes. This is what metal birthed. You know what I mean? Metal has been pregnant for like 20 years, and this is what it gave birth to.
This is what you want, huh?
This is what you've wrought, you metalheads, with your Diet Pepsi.
Are you not entertained?
Are you not entertained? Other than that, I just can't stop thinking about Mandy, and I'm just trying to coax anyone to do a review with me. So that's where my head's at right now. I just want to talk about Mandy all day. Oh, red hot. Even though Flea is my favorite bass player of all time, but that's neither here nor there. He's so
favorite
cool.
Bass player of all time.
All time.
Better than that one guy from Sly and the Family Stone.
I don't know. That guy's godlike, but Flea is my personal favorite bass player of all time. He's
not less Claypool. He's too weird for you?
No. He's too weird, man. I heard that dude like eats he like snorts like Cheeto dust or something.
No,
you hear about that?
Fake news.
Is that fake news? I heard.
I don't know. It could be.
Yeah, like we don't know him. It could be right.
How about the guy from Rush?
I like him. He's pretty cool.
But you got to learn the keyboard.
You got to learn the keytar. Oh, this podcast is going off the rails. Let's get into some news, my man.
We'll talk about the bass in the special episode.
Let's talk about fictional bass players like Murderface from Metalocalypse. Murderface was a fictional bass player. He had the dreaded Candiru swim up his urinal tract and get lodged in his stuff. Man, that was an
Now
episode
he
all
plays
around that.
bass in the sky.
Oh, we got to talk about happy stuff going forward. That's a good segue. Let's talk about some happy news. Like Tom Hanks is going to play Mr. Rogers in some kind of biopic, and he just looks like a warm puppy.
Well, it's
Just
about time.
looks cool. Well, it's about damn time. What if it's like Mr. Rogers Vampire Slayer, and he's like this calm dude because he's seen so much shit in the war, and now he moved to Lafayette to slay like
Kind of
Southern
connecting
vampires.
it with the urban legend that he was a ex-Navy SEAL.
Yeah, I love that. I love that. I love the idea that like Mr. Rogers saw so much horror that it just chilled him out forever.
Yeah.
You know, Mr. Rogers.
What I would do is connect it to his Navy SEAL, as well as being he was ordained as a minister. Make him a cleric for the Hellboy-ish type military base.
Yeah,
and then it's like just ripoffs of Saving Private Ryan, just like demons floating around.
Jeez, that'll be sick, dude. Like that reminds me of like this movie pitch I have called The Elote Man. You remember me as neighbor? Hello, my neighbor. And he just shoves a grenade in his pants.
What?
He was a Navy SEAL. Mr. Rogers off the grid.
Wait a minute. Now, you're mixing Jesse Ventura?
No, they're the same guy in my head right now. It's
How dare you, sir?
Mr. Rogers you never left his house. Mr. Rogers never left his house, dude. He just stayed inside because he knew he was off the grid.
He didn't know that you were going to do this.
Mr. Rogers was a Navy SEAL. Oh, we got to move on. That tickles me. I don't know why. It's stupid.
That is correct.
But it's not as... Yes, that may be the name of the podcast, is Mr. Rogers was a Navy SEAL. Oh, that's dumb. Anywho, what's dumber is that the brilliant people at 21st Century Fox are considering making Gambit a romantic comedy, they call it. Do you know anything about the character Gambit?
Why do they keep messing him
with
Remy LeBeau? They keep like they keep like going like, oh, we're gonna do this,
yeah,
and then it totally is like no one is asking for this, and they go, okay, well, let's go back to the market. Yeah, blah, blah, blah. Why don't we make Gambit into a romantic comedy? No.
It's like no one else is in the room. It's like I think it's like a bunch of shareholders that knock on the door of some guy's dorm, and he's like spinning in his chair, like watching Twitch, and they're like, "What should we do for Gambit?" He's like, "I don't know, romantic comedy. That's gold, Jerry, gold." And they all leave and spend millions of dollars on it.
And it's like
it's the worst.
They're still under the impression that Channing Tatum is going to be a part of this.
Yeah, he's still attached to the project, dude, which is already a bad idea.
Yeah. Please stop what you're doing.
I don't want it. Like, I'm one of the biggest X-Men fans ever. As a kid, you couldn't tell me anything about the X-Men. But there's certain characters that just A, don't need their own movies, and B, don't need to be played by Channing Tatum. You know what I'm saying? Like, no, like, why? Like, if they were to do Gambit, like, if I was to pitch a Gambit movie, it would be kind of like a Southern macabre, kind of like the seedy underbelly of New Orleans kind of thing. You know what I'm saying? It would be kind of grimy. Yes, he's a womanizer, but he's not Gerard Butler. You know what I'm saying? Like,
what is the seedy underbelly of New Orleans? I thought that was just New Orleans.
No, there's a seedier underbelly. See, there's Lafayette Street where you just get beads and stuff, but under that is like the people who the emo kids, and they chill out on. They chill out on the
Masquerade.
They're playing Masquerade on top of like on above level cemeteries, dude, and they're listening to like The Cure. That's where Gambit chills. That's his people, dog.
I don't like your idea either.
See, this is why Gambit just shouldn't have anything, dude.
What they need to do is do a Wild West
what
Gambit movie where.
But he lives now, though.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
It matters, dude. This is the whole point. It super matters.
Hey, this is the world where they're about to do a romantic comedy. I'm trying to save Gambit, okay? And what they're going to have to do is listen to me, folks.
Just listen to Winter. He will steer you right. And why are they even making movies anyway? Like Marvel is like literally is the sword of Damocles just hanging over Fox's head. Like, why are you spending money? You know what I'm saying? Like, save that stuff. Hold that, man. Gambit doesn't need his own movie. Like, Falcon doesn't need his own movies. Like, these are supporting characters in a larger scheme. Like, what? Irritation. We have now entered the irritation station. And there's some news that really irritated people is that Lucas president Kathleen Kennedy is contracted into 2021, dude. The dream will not die, dude. Okay, how do you feel about Kathleen Kennedy, man? Like, what is your like?
You want me to be honest? I have no.
Keep it real.
I have no clue who she is.
Kathleen Kennedy is pretty much the one who spearheaded all the new age Star Wars stuff.
Oh, good for her. I like her.
She's the one who was like, let's do The Force Awakens. Let's have 2 Star Wars movies a year. She's been pretty much the Kevin Feige of Star Wars stuff.
Yeah.
But everyone hates Star Wars now because it's not exactly what they remember, so they hate her. Ipso facto. You know what I mean? Which is good.
Yeah.
Everybody needs to hate something. I was reading this like factoid about the major complaints for every single bit of Star Wars media over since it first came out like in the 70s, and there's been major complaints for every single one. And the moral of the story was some people are just going to be pissed off about stuff.
That's
you
true.
Know what I mean, it's like she's the poorest. It's like obviously she's doing something right if they're keeping her around. Disney's not going to, like Rian Johnson obviously is doing something right. They're keeping him around. You know what I'm saying? Like Star Wars fans are some of the worst fans ever. I'm just going to say it.
They're up there with.
They're up there with like.
I don't want to say Star Trek. I feel like
Dark Souls fans, dude.
Dark Souls. There you go.
Like like Call of Duty fans used to be like that, but they've mellowed out. They've gotten older. You know what I'm saying? Especially when the game starts sucking.
Yeah, well, if you eat too many Cheetos, you get into a coma state, and you can't really. Yeah.
You can't just drink Mountain Dew and eat Doritos all day. You might die.
I've tried.
Like actively. I got close. I saw some kind of deity in the sky. And he said, stop it. And I stopped it. But of course I'm not damning the entire fan base. There's a bunch of even killed fans of any genre, but Star Wars fans for some reason are just a little bit kookier than other fans. Because they actually mean it. You know what I mean? Like Star Wars fans will find you, dude. Like overzealous Star Wars fans kind of freak me out. And this poor woman has been the pincushion for all of their vitriol for the past, 5-10 years? You know what I'm saying? Even though Kathleen Kennedy has been in the business in Hollywood for years, she worked on Back to the Future. You know what I'm saying? Like she's been in the industry for a very long time. Mm-hmm. So I don't know. I say let the good times roll. She seems like she's all right,
I have no opinion on the matter. If she hires me, then I will have an opinion on the matter. Yeah.
It's called them dollar signs, bro. Yeah. Where are you taking us to lunch, Doug? You work for Kathleen Kennedy now.
I'm taking you to the fanciest place around, Red Lobster.
Let's go get them cheddar bays, Doug. We in there, dude. Yeah.
Make sure we order some Cheddar Bay biscuits before we leave so that we can fill up my purse, even though I'm a grown man.
That's my purse. Speaking of things that should have been canceled a long time ago, did you watch this Dark Phoenix trailer, my dude?
Yeah.
The X-Men Dark Phoenix trailer that we've all been waiting with bated breath.
Yeah.
Speaking about things that no one wanted.
Hold on.
Here's the thing.
Here's the thing.
This trailer does not excite. It does not excite. It does not. They're making the same mistakes. You know what I'm saying? Like on a core formula level. Like I'm sure the actors are doing their best. Michael Fassbender, Split Man, Jennifer, I Am So Tired Lawrence. They're all doing their best. Good for them. But
good for you. Good for
it
you.
Makes me feel like good for you. Oh, Christian never changed, Doug. But it's like it makes me think like Fox never truly understood the X-Men, like ever. Like even back in the original Bryan Singer X-Men, like they never truly like got it. I don't know. It makes me doubt the entire thing. You know what I mean? Like this movie has sown the seeds of doubt in the entire X-Men run over 20 years of making movies for me. The trailer did this because it's like you guys don't get it. Like it's simple stuff. Like follow the source material and write an original story. It's kind of like a contradiction, you know?
Well, here's my question. Were you interested in the video that happened last?
Which one?
The film that happened, the one that had Oscar Isaac in it.
Yeah, you know what? Yeah, when I first saw the trailers, because I'm a big Apocalypse fan. Like he's one of my favorite X-Men villains. Because Apocalypse
and you
rules.
wanted Apocalypse Now, so
I did want Apocalypse Now at the time.
Yeah, just let that sink in, ladies and gentlemen.
That sink.
That's what I think is funny nowadays is throwing in titles of films.
Yeah, just do it. So you mean it was a baby's day out? Like what? just let it simmer.
It's a Superman 4 Quest for Peace.
It's like, were you looking for a quest for peace, and your friends just want to throw you out of a moving car?
Yes,
get out of here.
And I would gladly accept that. So there, I'm a fanboy of X-Men. Okay, ladies and gentlemen,
Okay.
I would accept any film that came out because, as someone who does not watch a lot of superhero films, X-Men gets a certain pass for me.
Okay, I respect that.
Yeah, because I like the whole mutant thing. Please, I'm curious. I want to see what they're gonna do with Wolverine. A new Wolverine series, new Wolverine man.
Yeah, I am so fascinated to see what Marvel does with the X-Men. Like I'm more hyped for that than anything. Channing Tatum as the cast. He's like Eddie Murphy and the Nutty Professor. There's a Channing Tatum as Storm. It'd be awesome. He'll do the hip. He'll do like the neck roll. Not the more like wants to hug.
Why are you bringing him up?
Okay. Is it neck roll like he's dying or like neck roll? Like I need to know the difference.
Yeah, so I lost my train of thought. That was the only thing I wanted to say about. I mean, I'm going to watch Dark Phoenix. It's probably not going to be in movie theaters.
Yeah, same here.
Because I've lost all hope in humanity, and therefore will not watch any films in the theater.
I do want to close this out with a Storm meme where somebody takes clips of the old X-Men cartoon and make them stupid. And there's this scene where Storm is wearing like this super white jacket and like Jubilee's holding a baby Morlock. Jubilee's like, "Hey Storm, baby Morlock wants to hug you." And Storm is like, not with smelling like, not like, she's like, not when they smelling like outside. They not, girl, this chinchilla. Storm is so raw, dude. Storm is like, "Welcome to Wakanda. Don't touch nothing. Don't think about touching nothing." You know what? Matter of fact, just get back on the X-Wing. Get back on the X-Jet. Go home.
Yeah.
Storm memes are the best. Look them up online.
Look them up.
Look them up. Learn it. Oh, man. This, I'm going to have to skip some things to talk about. I do want to talk about Deadpool 2 is getting a PG version based on The Princess Bride.
Yeah.
What is that? I want to talk about that.
Getting a little tired of the Deadpool humor. Moving on.
Okay. I just wanted to mention it because it sounds dumb. And they're editing a movie from scratch to make it PG.
Yeah.
Even though Deadpool 2 wasn't that bad. It wasn't as bad as Deadpool 1 was. But for them to like reshoot scenes just as bookends, that's super weird to me. Anywho.
Yeah, I mean, it's the Deadpool humor. That's the
Yeah.
comedy bit.
Yeah, it's the Ryan Reynolds Deadpool humor, dude.
Yeah. Time to either do. They're not going to make a Deadpool 3, I've heard.
Well, no, he'll just be folded. Well, yeah, because it's Disney, unless Disney wants to do it, which I'm sure they're not going to throw that Deadpool money away. So he'll show up somewhere,
right?
Maybe in the next X-Men franchise. But Ryan Reynolds isn't going anywhere, and they'll be stupid to recast him. So, you know what I'm saying?
Well, there's your sign.
There's your sign. Nice and big.
Speaking of stupid.
Yeah. Take it, winner. What do you want to talk about?
A new Will Ferrell, John C. Reilly compilation coming out.
Yeah, I was going to skip that, but you want to talk about it? It looks dumb.
No, you don't skip junk in this podcast.
Okay.
We talk about all these these characters that are coming out. They're just different colors of anime that have different action than Dragon Ball Z fighters.
Yes.
I'm going to sound like an old man.
Yes, right? You do. I'm letting you rock though, because you're my best friend.
Yeah. So Holmes and Watson is pretty much a comedic retelling of Sherlock Holmes and Dr. Watson. Yeah. In the same vein of Guy Ritchie's A Sherlock Holmes series. Because there's a very interesting comedic bit where Will Ferrell is like calculating how to hit a bee with a mallet. He hits, or maybe it's the fly, he hits the fly with the mallet onto a killer bee nest.
Yeah.
And the killer bee nest explodes. And that's the humor of this movie.
That's the humor. That's the whole movie in a nutshell. You know what I'm saying?
They took out time making Step Brothers 2 for this garbage, people.
They got to make what they want to make, man. You know?
That's true.
You know, like you don't want to force them. That's how you get Anchorman 2. Even though Anchorman 2 was
wrong with Anchorman 2?
Yeah, I was just going to say Anchorman 2 is actually kind of good, is really good in its own right.
All right.
But yeah, you just they're going to do. Yeah, like, you're like, pardon my French. You're like, what the fuck are you going to say about Anchorman 2?
I didn't say that.
You know, what you gonna make me have to cut a bitch? I'm like, no, sir. I'm gonna stab you, Doug. I'm like, no. You know, Winter got them skinny blades, dude. They get you right in the jejunum.
They got you real deep. Okay.
Ooh, see? I told you.
Yeah. So I'm really bummed out because I was like, I've heard of this movie like maybe a year and a half ago, and I was like, oh, this could be so good. But now it's like, no.
You know what's going to be great, right? You know what's going to be great? Because the problem with Will Ferrell engines and John C. Reilly engines is they always have bad trailers. Anchorman had horrible trailers, but it's one of the funniest movies of all time. It's going to be amazing, which is sad.
Yeah, it's going to be amazingly bad or amazingly good.
Yeah.
It's going to be
a
Casa de mi Padre or...
what do you got to say about Casa de mi Padre, Doc?
Really? I don't need to say anything. Really? The movie speaks for itself.
It's all in Spanish, bro. What's wrong with it being in Spanish, bro? You big dogging me, bro?
I'm snowflaking you, bro.
Damn. You just gonna beta me out on the podcast, bro? You gonna beta me out, Doug? It's not like that.
Time on the internet.
We're way too into the internet. We're too old for this, man. Why do we know internet so well? But yeah, I'm excited for Holmes and Watson. Put it on the docket because I am. And they have these really bad English accents, which they're going to have to do for the whole movie. It's going to be rough. I can't wait. It's going to be a train wreck.
Like, there's an ending part of the trailer where they do like a selfie with the queen. And I'm like, oh my goodness.
You already know what to expect in this movie after that. It's going to be so
This is where we're at in our Will Ferrell humor.
Yes.
Now, if he was here, I would go, hey, love the movie.
Oh, yeah. If I ever met Will Ferrell, I would shake that man's hand. He's giving me plenty a chuckle. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, he is allowed to make these type of movies.
Yeah. Who else is making them right now?
Melissa McCarthy.
Oh, don't get me started on her.
Melissa
Uh,
McCarthy is not allowed to make these films. She should be arrested.
oh, I don't know. Maybe she's just this generation's like Rosie O'Donnell, but even Rosie O'Donnell was kind of funnier
Oh,
than Melissa
jeez.
McCarthy.
Jeez. Wow.
No, but there's pre and post Rosie, dude. I'm talking like the Flintstones Rosie. I'm not talking about super insane Rosie. You know what I'm saying? There's pre and post. Like there's pre Eddie Murphy and there's post Eddie Murphy. All comedians have a pre and post phase, dude.
But Melissa McCarthy has some gems out there.
Like what? Name one. Don't say Bridesmaids. That doesn't count. Timeout. Flag on the play. Another. Pick another one.
Wasn't she in a movie called Tammy?
You tell me, man.
Yeah, she was in a movie called Tammy. That was a good that was a good movie for a daughter to take her mom out for Mother's Day to watch.
Okay. I'll believe you. I'll believe you.
Yeah, I thought those were good.
Melissa McCarthy.
I'm not going any farther.
Yeah, let's move on before we get those super active
I
Melissa
thought you were
McCarthy
about to say
fans.
Roseanne Barr to be.
No, I can't. Oh, I met her before, mind you. And yeah.
Did we talk about this?
Probably not. She lives like close to where I work, like on my 9 to 5. And she just walks the streets. Like legit, just walks the streets. It's weird. What she used to
get free sampled of her nuts.
We're moving on. Speaking of people who are nuts, Zack Snyder was just going to kill off Batman in the original DCEU films. That was his design. He was going to kill Batman in the next Justice League movie, which was supposed to come out next year.
Yes. Well, you know what, Zack Snyder?
All power to you, man.
Good for you for being good for you to being so outspoken that you'll talk about things that you would have done if you kept control of them.
Why would you do that? Like why would you just build more bad juju for yourself? Like just shut up.
I don't know.
Like just lock it down, dude. Like
yeah, and it's like it's never going. Why would I could see like if you're inside the actor's studio and you're like talking about this is what I would have done, but I wouldn't put like too much credence into it because it's like, okay, that's cool. That's never going to happen. Let's talk about why you're not doing that.
It's, it's the main reason why social media is so damaging to people, because it's an instant out that goes viral instantly. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Like he could just have been like laying in bed, like, I'm going to post about what my ideas were for Batman. There's no one in the room to tell him no. You know what I'm saying? This is like stars getting so much trouble on Twitter. Because it's just on your phone. You're just like, I'm going to say some racist stuff, says Roseanne Barr. And it's going to be funny. Ha, 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 ha. Ambien. Ambien's the side effect for Star Wars fatigue, guys. That's the name of a podcast episode. Rough stuff, dude. Rough.
Jeez. Hot takes happening here at the MOTN studio.
Like the MOTN cave, dog. The Empire.
If we were in the same room together, the room would be hot.
Sweat. We'd be men in here sweating.
Mm-hmm.
You know, no drinks. Just in here sweating, bro. You know, sweat. You know, spirit guides and stuff. Let's close out the new
spirit guides.
Yeah.
Let's talk about the cross-platform play for PlayStation 4.
Let's talk about the back down, dude. Like the hardest back down in American history.
Yes.
Sony.
There's the Nazis. There's the Soviet Union. Mm-hmm. There's Tiananmen Square. Mm-hmm. And then there's PlayStation 4
backing down on crossplay as hard as humanly possible. Yes. Because they were talking.
And take a drink, guys, because I brought up the Nazis.
Oh, jeez. Yeah, we'll drink some of that German ale, that Goldschlager. But yeah, this is kind of, it's like the only thing Sony had going for it that was like any kind of good grace was the PlayStation. Like their movies are horrible. The Sony brand is failing. You know what I'm saying? Like everything else Sony It's just downgrading and downgrading. And the one jewel was the PlayStation. That's the one thing I could back
To
without
rule them
any
all.
through them all, right? And then
Mhm.
these idiots go and say, well, we're not trying to do crossplay because we want to preserve the experience of playing on PlayStation. We're just the best. So why would we sully ourselves amongst the plebs and allow them to interface with our glorious, software? And everybody's
Yeah.
like, what? Like, okay, you guys won this generation, but just a generation ago, Microsoft whooped your ass. Like, the Xbox 360 was a huge, system over the PlayStation.
Right.
And just, we forget. And now they put up this holier than thou. We should not be we should not be dirtied by the unwashed masses of PC and Xbox players. And I was like, get over yourself, man. Just
Get
everybody's
over
playing.
it. Yeah.
Everybody's playing. It's like, this is the guy who orders his own food at a pizza party. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's like, dude, what's up
No
with you?
bueno.
No bueno. That's a party foul. And now they're just like, well, with this one game, we'll allow it because it's money. Like, just say it. It's money. And it's the biggest
money.
it's the biggest back down in ever. Like you said, it's like the Access Powers and then the Sony PlayStation. I was like, nah, guys, we're okay. We're okay. We'll allow it. Get out of here, man. It's the worst. It's kind of the worst. Makes them look stupid, Either you double down and never do it, or it. You know what I mean? Like, why would you do that? Like, it's money. I get it, but it's like, it's the worst. I'm sorry. I'm gonna shut up. What do you think about this winter? Like,
I'm a PC player now, so I don't have an
Wow.
opinion on this.
Wow. PC master race over here.
I think it's one step closer to getting what we've been promised several times in the past, that this is going to be a cross-platform console, or like it's going to be one console to rule them all in the future.
Is that what you're waiting out?
No, because I'm a PC player now.
Yeah, PC master race all day.
Because we have our one console, and it's the PC.
It'll never happen, man. Because the one console to rule them all idea is great on paper, but it will never happen. It's like communism. It looks good on paper, but it just, when you try to make it work, it just doesn't. The numbers won't connect. The numbers. And it's like,
Yeah.
Sony's never going to play ball with that. Nintendo's never going to play ball with that. You will never see Mario Sunshine on the PC. Just never, unless you pirate it.
Just give it a chance.
Just give it a chance, man. Just give it a chance. But no, they're too stubborn. Not happening, unfortunately.
Mm-hmm.
But I love to save money and spend, let's say, like $2,000 on the PC, on like the system, and just play everything on it. I would do that if that's the only system I'm going to have to buy. But companies are going to company. That's like asking, Coca-Cola and Pepsi to merge and just be infinite soda. It's not going to happen. Pride. Like Marcellus Wallace said, in the middle of the fight, you may feel a slight sting. That's pride effing with you.
What?
Oh, that's a good place to end the podcast. What are you looking forward to this week, man?
Well, I just got paid, and I'm going to be buying a GPU, so it's fun to be looking at which GPU to get. I don't want to go for the fanciest of the fanciest. I just want to get something that's 2 steps above what I have now.
Yeah.
So
that makes sense.
Yeah. So it's going to be old, but it's it will get the job done.
Hell yeah, man. You don't need the fanciest stuff. That's what's up, man. Oh, looking forward to just keep posting Halloween crap on our Twitter, which is at mnerdiverse. I'm having a ball. I love October. It's my favorite time of year. So I'm just going to keep posting stupid stuff on MOTN Twitter and keep making new friends. So that's all I really have planned. I kind of want to play Assassin's Creed Odyssey, but I will not spend $60 on a game I just finished beating. So, I think the new Fallout beta is coming out soon, and I don't know if that's this week or next week, October 23rd, which is way at the end of the month. So not looking forward to that next week because it won't exist. But just really looking forward to growing the channel and maybe downloading that Friday the 13th free to play on PlayStation Plus. Kind of want to get my hands on that. I may stream that if I can just win the lottery and get an Elgato gaming capture card. That's kind of what I want. Hopefully one day I'll be able to just get that and, run some sets with you guys on Twitch. So look forward to that in the eventual future. Any passing thoughts before we close this bad boy out?
Yeah, take a look at the content that I'll be making at Trashbunk III. That's Trashbunk III. To get to be to just you threw me off. I'm looking at making writing different scripts, looking at comic writing content, and just keeping my brain juices flowing.
Remember to drink the bone juice. On that front, definitely look out for our Halloween special that we're doing with the Peter Porker Power Hour that is called Ready to Scare. Yeah, those guys are awesome. So we're doing a horror fashion critique of the Cenobites of Hellraiser. You can find a YouTube version as well as the audio version. The first episode now, we're going to be airing those once a week up until Halloween Day, which will be on a Wednesday. So
don't I do something normally every time you say Hellraiser?
Yeah, you go Hellraiser. You sing that horrible song.
I didn't have to do it this time. I got you to do it. There we go.
I just got bamboozled by winner guys. This Jedi mind tricked me to do the thing I hate.
Well, I did the thing I normally do.
I'm going to go to sleep now. Apparently, I'm too tired to ward off his advances, Doug. I'm too defeated, Doug.
Don't say that.
Don't say that. Just you shut your mouth. Stupid David Bowie. As always, you can support this channel monetarily on our Patreon with the simple and basic donation of $1 a month. It will absolutely go towards the channel to help us get bigger and better. And if you did not want to support the channel monetarily, you can always leave us a like, add a comment, please subscribe. I've, of course, been your host, Mike G.
And I have been Winter.
And we will always ask you to take that one step beyond.